Lena from Girl Teach Me, and today I want to share 5 things that you really don't want to do when you're pregnant. You really want to try to avoid these things. I am on my 5th baby. This is my 5th pregnancy right here. Let me just scoot back so you can see my bump. 5th pregnancy, and I have learned so many things the hard way. So I have 2 boys, 2 girls. So this baby is gonna be the tiebreaker, and it's been a really good pregnancy so far. I'm at 30 weeks, but you know, there's just some things that I hear first-time moms struggling with, or I see them struggling with, and I resonate. That's exactly with what I struggled with too. So maybe you are in that same boat, and I really want to save you some pain. And also, if you're pregnant, which you probably are watching this video, I have a pregnancy survival guide that you really want to grab. It's completely free. It's 29 pages of what, again, I wish I knew the first, second, third, even 4th time around, that I've just had to learn some of it the hard way. But a lot of it from books and things like that. I think it can be a great resource for you. So make sure you grab that. The link is down below. Okay, so the first one is to listen to negative advice, negative birth stories, just negativity. I am telling you, I walked into Costco in LA when I was pregnant with my first baby. Side note, I live in North Carolina now, but when I was pregnant with my first, we were out in LA for school. And I walked in, I showed the lady my little tag for Costco, and she was like, "Is this your first baby?" And I was like, "Yep, it is." She goes, "It's horrible." I was like, "Well, thank you for blessing my day. I hope you have a wonderful day yourself." But it haunted me like half of my grocery trip. I think now I probably would let it roll off my back, but you know, how was I supposed to know whether she was wrong or right? The thing is, so many people want to resonate and connect with you, but they don't have the emotional intelligence. Not that they're not smart, but like an emotional intelligence where you don't say negative things to pregnant people. Some people just don't know that. And so, one, don't be that person, you know, one day just don't be that person. But also, you know, just letting that roll off of you, like cut that thought, like I rebuke that thought, I will not accept that thought, letting it roll off. Also, just not talking about your pregnancy with people that are just generally negative or are not going to support the plans that you have for your pregnancy, your birth, how you think your mother. Like maybe just not sharing those details with those people might be best. Okay, the second thing is to overexert yourself or underexert yourself. I've certainly done both. I think with my first, I felt like I had something to prove. Like, okay, I can still be a strong athletic woman while I'm pregnant. Whew, I can't breathe, guys. That's the other part of pregnancy. Is I'm always so out of breath. But I think there's just the tendency to try to prove yourself. Like I kept running my first pregnancy. I actually would not suggest that at all because it was really hard on my pelvic floor. Your body, it gives off a hormone called relaxin, and it can really cause you to tweak muscles, but also just it's helping your body to expand. But the bad part of that for pregnancy is just that pounding, all of that weight pounding on your pelvic floor. It can just really hurt your pelvic floor in the long run. So I would say just in pregnancy to not do a lot of jumping or running, but just finding other ways to move your body. But then that goes with underexerting yourself. That's probably the thing I'm struggling with the most in this pregnancy is I feel like just my day-to-day taking care of 4 kids. I have a 9, 7, 5, and 2-year-old, and homeschooling and housework. Like, I think sometimes I'm more active than I think I am, but then other days I feel like I haven't really moved as much. And so just getting out for a morning walk can just be so life-giving. I'm telling you, getting that morning sunshine and all of that can just be so helpful to your body, but also just to keep you moving because you're gonna need to keep moving even after you have the baby. And it's just great to not lose that habit or even to start to form the habit right now. Exhaustion's totally normal. If you are feeling extremely exhausted and you're in the 2nd trimester, you should be feeling a little bit better. So definitely think about getting some electrolytes and minerals on board. I just stir a little bit of minerals and electrolytes in some Just Ingredients electrolyte powder in the afternoon to give me a bump. And then that covers up the taste of the minerals, but that's gonna help you a lot too. And then also just taking some vitamin B. I use a B complex by Garden of Life. That's really, really helpful. I'll leave a link for that as well, but just, it doesn't have to be that one. It's just been a good one for me, but making sure you're getting your essential B vitamins can be really helpful too. The third one is being casual on your sleep. Like I am talking just getting really serious about your sleep, you know, just making sure I have the right pillows, a pregnancy wedge pillow right here, and then a pillow tucked behind my back. I'm taking Neuromag before I go to bed. I have I have the air doctor in my room. I have the fan kicked up on that. But just getting really serious about my sleep. I do not get on my phone in the middle of the night if I can help it. I use my Mudita alarm clock if I need light because it's like a soft light. I don't want to wake myself up more because in pregnancy, our bodies can just wake up in the middle of the night. And I don't know if that's just the Lord preparing us for having to nurse a baby in the middle of the night, but when I wake up and I need to go pee in the middle of the night, I want to be able to go back to sleep pretty quickly. And so just really being able to fall asleep and go back helps a lot. Now it just doesn't always work. It's been rough lately because sick kids have been waking us up. I'm yawning again, guys. I can't breathe. I'm also probably tired. But, you know, just really not being, what's the word? Just like, oh, well, this is just part of it. It's like, no, fight tooth and nail for that sleep because it's going to help you feel so much better. And it's going to just, keep your sanity while you're pregnant and even after. The fourth thing is to fall for trends and fall for marketing. Y'all, the baby registry scene is a marketing machine. Look at me, I'm like a rhymer. Dr. Seuss. But seriously, I just made a video. It was 30 things I'm not buying for baby number 5, and I've gotten some interesting comments on that because I did say some controversial things. I said what I believe to be true, and what is helpful for me, it's not helpful for everybody else. But you could go check out that video if you just need like a mindset shift for, you know, if you feel like you need all the things to be a good mom. That's what good marketing does to you. It makes you feel like you can't be the kind of mom you want to be unless you have that trendy, minimal, beautiful thing, that bohemian whatever. You know, I love it too. I love the way all of that stuff looks. But the truth is, you know, one, I have to work on my contentment, but two, I can be a fabulous mom without any of that stuff. And all of that stuff can just be helpful tools. You know, thinking about baby Adams like baby tools is so important, and less like essentials for being a good mom. It's like, you know, you can be a carpenter and not have a table saw. But when you get a table saw, that might be extra helpful, but maybe you need to save up for the table saw. There's other tools you can use in the meantime. My dad's a woodworker, so I know these things, but you know, you don't need every tool to do the job right. You don't. Some tools just make your life a little easier, but you don't necessarily need it. To feel like you need lots of carbs, which is true, but to not dress up your carbs. This is so helpful because I feel like our blood sugar can fluctuate a lot in pregnancy, and we can get these like spikes and dips that can just make us feel really, really nauseous, especially first trimester, but honestly, it can be anytime, and I still struggle with it, is to take your carb and dress it up. So if you have, let's say you're craving a bowl of Cheerios, not good for you, right? But how can you dress that up? Well, it's getting like a whole milk, some good whole milk. I love raw milk. I mean, if you can find it, it's great. But also maybe like an egg, right? Like having an egg with a piece of toast. Like I love some good Amish toast, buttered on both sides, pairing it with an egg. Look, I'm like, this is how I taught my kids to say more. So, and then it's also, have you seen the SNL video of baby hands? Okay, anyway, it's like an inside joke at our house, but you should go check it out. Baby hands, since we're on the baby topic. But dress up your carbs. Chomps have been an absolute lifesaver for me. Those little beef sticks, I try to keep those. I cut them into little pieces if I need to, if my kids don't eat them first. And then if I have an apple, I have some chomps with it, and I dress up that carb, if that makes sense. The fifth thing, and the thing I'm so passionate about, like I literally geek about, is to not leave birth up to the experts. Like it just feels easier sometimes to outsource things. Like I don't want to think about birth. I just want to like let the experts think about it. But y'all, does it really ever go that way? Like our journeys have to be our journeys. Like we essentially have to climb the mountain ourselves. We can't outsource that to the tour guide. You know, we need to climb the mountain ourselves. And so birth is very much an empowering journey. If you get the right education and you get the right guide on board. You need a guide. You need a doctor or a midwife who's like just the heart of a teacher that's just going to be there to help you and guide you and hold your hand through the process. Getting a doula on board can be so helpful. I would love to be a guide for you because I have a course. It's called Labor Without Fear, and it's all about helping Christian women prepare for natural birth. So if either one of those things really interests you, like you want to tie your faith into your birth experience, and you feel this little nudge that maybe you want to go natural, but you just don't know if you're strong enough or courageous enough, I think my course can be really helpful for you, because I've had 4 natural births, and they've, praise the Lord, and no credit to my own, they've gone really well, and I'm really thankful for that. But through those processes of having to grapple with the what ifs, and am I strong enough, and can I do this, and I've never known anybody else who's done this, I felt really alone. And I was really in my head. And so the Lord's taught me a couple of things I really think can be helpful for you. But yeah, get the helpful heart of a teacher, a guide on board, and read books, watch positive birth stories, help change the core belief in your heart that birth is natural and normal, and billions of women through time have done it, and so can I. Like, change that core belief and don't just outsource it to the experts. I want to tell you, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. In a world sometimes that doesn't value babies as much as they ought to, I am pumped for you. I am so excited. Motherhood is the sweetest journey. So like I said, my name is Lana. I hope you'll stick around on this channel, because all the videos I'm making are only meant to make you better and help you be the faith-filled woman, mama, wife you are meant to be. And I'll see you again in the next video.
From generation to generation, passed down through every age.